Okay, folks, so this was not the result we were looking for. The Diamondbacks get a 5-2 win over the Brewers, knock the Brewers out of the playoffs here in the wild card round. Not the finish we were looking for to this season. Now, first, I have to say I've really enjoyed the 2023 Brewers season with you fine folks here on TikTok and interacting with you guys and doing these videos almost every day talking about the Brewers, and I'm going to miss that throughout the winter time and throughout these off-season months. Well, we'll try to bring you some Brewer content as well going on, but I thank you guys for following with the Brewers stuff and commenting and liking and sharing, all that kind of stuff all years. I appreciate that. Very disappointing end to the season. The Brewers were the better team, no doubt. And I want to put something to bed here because a lot of people say, well, you know what? It was a good season anyway because nobody thought that the Brewers were really going to win the division or win 90 games or make the playoffs or whatever the case may be. That's a terrible attitude to have. You know why? Because the Brewers should have had high expectations. Don't lower your expectations just because they were so low at the beginning of the season. It turns out they were a 90-win team. It turns out they did win the division. So it turns out they should have won this playoff series. That's not an excuse to not win this, and it doesn't make it any less disappointing. So I do want to say that. A couple of things to blame here in this series. They had an automatic win in Game 1. They had a win handed to them on a silver platter with your ace on the mound, Corbin Burns, going up against some no-name guy for the D-backs, basically their fifth starter, and you lose that game. Offense, scored 2 runs again. Pitching, some of the bullpen, some of the starters, letdowns in this series. The biggest thing behind it all is the cheap owner, Mark A., because he's not pouring money into the team like he should. He's not spending like he should. It's the same old offense every year, just different names, and that's something that's going to need to change. Again, wish it didn't come to an end this way. Really had a great time with all of you this Brewers season, and we're going to have to retire this hat for a little bit. That's sad, but we'll switch it over to some Badgers, Bucks, and Packer hats, and other apparel. But thank you guys for following along all year. Please continue to follow as we move on through other sports.